All right. So I kind of wanted to review something real quick about my Trilogy pump. Um, I guess a few things I didn't go over in my years ago video. It's actually looking at the comments, and some people were like, "Well, not what talking about how this runs on low pressure." So I just kind of wanted to give an update on it because I still have it. This is a great pump gun, and just kind of review what I have done to it and some other things I've changed to it. But a little bit about the gun. It is a War Games product, WGP. Supposedly I had issues saying that in the first video I did years ago, but it's a War Games product Trilogy Sport. So this is a pretty much a very inexpensive autococker. It originally was an autococker. I still have the three-way on there, and just so you guys know why I have the three-way on there, because I'm too lazy to take it off. As you can probably tell, this gun is ugly. It's a very ugly gun. It was definitely used when I got it, but that's what makes this build so awesome in my opinion. I put a Slipknot sticker on there because it's all mauled up underneath there. I mean, this gun was through the trenches when I picked it up. I remember it had like sand or something in it. But yeah, I mean, this was just an inexpensive pump gun that turned to be very expensive. How I did it. So originally, why I had to end up running a low pressure valve on it, a Palmer's low pressure valve that's like $40. It's almost more than what I paid for the gun. It might be more than what I paid for the gun, but in order to run that valve, you have to have a reg, and why I needed a reg was because I have low pressure tanks. I shoot Bob Long guns, and they require low to mid pressure. I mean, you can run high pressure on them. Yeah, I'm not saying you can't, but you're not going to get the results that you would with a mid to low pressure tank. So that's the only tank I ever had. I do have a Ninja Pro V2, like a V2 Pro reg or something like that that's adjustable, but I always leave it at low pressure. So I didn't want to have to buy a new tank or change the reg settings to just use a pump gun. So let's just clarify that. Originally, this didn't have a regulator. It was just a gas through grip. This was meant to be used with, it's an inexpensive gun, so in theory it was supposed to be used for CO2 only, and it was an autococker. And the operating pressure was like 800 psi. So, whatever's coming off the reg went right into the gun. So when I hooked up my tank and I didn't have the regulator on there, I couldn't achieve it. So I want to get that off the bat. I could pump it and shoot, but then it would leak because it didn't have enough pressure to fire the valve shut or move the valve shut. So I put the reg on there to kind of help with consistency, and maybe it was going to fix it, but that caused more issues. And then I ended up getting a valve. And the combination of running a custom products reg on there, along with the Palmer's low pressure valve, the gun shoots great. So that's why it runs on low pressure. So to address some of those comments, you could hook up a tank to this without the low pressure, but A, it's going to be very inconsistent, and B, if you have to have, the tank has to be putting out like 800 psi in order for this to seal. So I went all out on this gun essentially. It's got a slice pump kit, CP direct mount ASA, so no hoses out the side, colored macro because fuck it, why not? And a CP reg also. This is balanced. The valve's balanced, everything like that, sweet spotted, and it shoots really, really good. I probably put way too much money into this, but this is in my opinion, it's a really good shooting pump gun. Yeah, it's not pretty. It's not the theme of it. I wanted to build a pump gun, and I ended up going all out. It has a CCM hammer, CCM springs, Gateway low pressure valve spring, and then the Palmer's low pressure valve. It's got a custom products D10 on it, and the Jolo hopper, which is really cool. But and then, of course, the barrel I always use on all my markers is a carbon fiber deadly lens. And it has the 1.5 trigger on it, nothing crazy. And I changed out the custom grips, and I don't know where I got these custom grips at. But they look cool, they kind of go with the gun. Different bolt. I don't know what this thing is actually. Couldn't tell you. But it's a Delrin bolt, so very lightweight. Metal in the back. Cool thing about it is you just don't got to worry about lubing it or anything like that. Just wipe it off. But yeah, I think that's really about all that's done to it. Yeah, I left a 3-way on there because I'm lazy and I don't know, it kind of looks cool. I don't know, but yeah, it shoots really good. I played with a buddy of mine named Ben. He has a really nice, forget, maybe it's a psychoballistic autococker. I can't quite remember, but that's been converted to pump and it shoots money. His is super nice. I took this out there with him and I shot this, and this shoots really nice too. It's not as pretty as his, of course, or nor as expensive, but this shoots really very, very, very consistent, and it has a very nice, crisp, soft shot. You know, I don't care what people think. It shoots really good. And I kind of built it from the ground up for the most part. All the internals are all changed out and everything like that. I spent way too much money on it, but it shoots really, really good. And I love that it's just freaking ugly. I love it. It just brings character to it. It's a great pumpkin. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to address that because some people are wondering why I had to go to the Valve, but it's a sport, a Trilogy sport, so it never came with a reg. So if you knew, you would know. Just do a little bit of research, and you'll see why you have to kind of do what I did. If you want it to shoot good, I'm not saying you can't take it out there in stock form with it being an autococker. Yeah, you can. But if you want it to be consistent and you want it to run on low pressure, you know, have the benefits of that, you're gonna have to change a few things. But yeah, that's about it. I still use it whenever I can. Towards the end of the day, I usually use it when I start getting low on paint. And especially if there's a bunch of walk-on open play and that, you know, just rentals, I love using this. You know, it makes it less intimidating and stuff like that. And it makes it more challenging and fun. Especially when you got a buddy. My buddy Ben and I, we love pump. Pump is very fun, and he's got some really nice ones I would like to review on the channel. But yeah, if you have any questions about it, I will try to answer them in a more timely manner. But yeah, the slice kit I'm a pretty big fan of. It's been nice. So not too many kits out there anymore for the Trilogy, but yeah, shoots good. So that's really about it. That's all I kind of wanted to cover. So thank you.